Who's signing that $100 million deal? I saw that. You're talking about Hella Yassine, right? Let's check it out. Hella Yassine tweeted this like excerpt. It said, it was basically from a label. It said someone was getting signed for $100 million advance or deal. Which really big streaming act who recently renegotiated his recording agreement and then released some not so gigantic streaming songs is back at the table for asking for $100 million additional advance before delivering the next album? This request has met with a lackluster response from the label side and no short-term resolution. Looks close for the delivery of said album. So that means somebody's like getting delayed. I got to delete this. I originally said Kendrick, but then I just missed one of the details that was saying they got some not so gigantic streaming songs. Who do y'all think? Is it Uno? It's definitely not Uno. Lil Mosey. $100 million is so, is it like 6ix9ine? It could be 6ix9ine because I think that 6ix9ine asked for like 10 mil for the last album and then it kind of flopped, remember, because he got like blackballed, and he's been a person who's been delaying his album a bit. I was thinking like big names just because you gotta be pretty big to think that you're justified to get 100 mil. Cardi's getting pretty good streams on a whole lot of red. I don't think he would be the type of person. Maybe he would. Maybe he's the narcissist, and maybe that's why it's been delayed. But Travis Scott hasn't really dropped much recently though, because it says who recently renegotiated his recording agreement and then released some not so gigantic streaming songs. Oh, you want to know? You want to know who I think it is now? I think it might be Uzi. What are the most recent songs that Uzi dropped? Uzi dropped Demon High. And has he dropped another recent single or not? And then he did a shit with Pluto Baby Pluto. Not so gigantic streaming numbers songs. He's only released one song single after Pluto Baby Pluto. And Uzi, I feel like, is big enough to be asking for 100 mil. You know what I mean? The song with Pink Pantheress, but I feel like features are a little bit different. Like, if you're a feature on a song, unless you're like homies with that person, you're not necessarily pushing that song. You don't really care about the streaming numbers. I mean, yeah, like you get a feature royalty percentage, but a lot of times for like out of I don't know, the loop people, like Uzi getting on Pink Pantheress and what is his name, Masa Mura, like the DJ, that he probably got like an upfront feature thing. It's kind of like a producer deal, I feel like, where they get an upfront and then the person who gave them the upfront fee for the feature or the beat, like they have to get paid back before they get any of the publishing on the back end or the masters. You know what I mean? But yeah, Demon High didn't have very gigantic numbers. Let's check out Spotify. It's not even on his like top. It's not even on his top shit. It's got 20 mil on Spotify though, which is, you know, Uzi's just huge. So 20 mil, how much is that? That's 20 mil is divided by 1,000 times 4.5. That's still 90K. But yo, 90K actually isn't a lot of money for Uzi, especially with like how much, I don't know, backing he probably gets by a label. I know it's not Uzi. I don't even know who else would it be. People are saying Playboy Cardi, but I feel like Cardi wouldn't expect to get huge streams. Plus, I believe he got more, I don't know, he got more streams than each album. He keeps progressing each time, like 100K first week sales. Whereas Dilate has 60, and then Self-Titled, I don't even know what Self-Titled had. I knew the information at one point, but yeah. But maybe that's why Playboy Cardi is delaying Narcissist, because he's trying to get his deal right, but he don't want to put it out there in the public I would think though, how many albums does a label average per artist? I think it's like 5, right? But maybe 3 because he has self-titled, but that was technically a mixtape, I think. So that didn't even count. Because mixtapes in the label's eyes, that's a way that they have like a little loophole to lock you into a contract. But it said that he renegotiated it. It can't be Trippy. Trippy seemed to be happy with his 30 mil. So I don't think it's Trippy. I'm going through the replies. Ricch the Kid, no. Dirk, could be. I don't know too much about that, but he's been getting streams. So I think his numbers justify or get him out of this not so gigantic streaming songs. Forget about this conversation. Lil Pump. It could be Lil Pump. Y'all think Lil Pump would ask for 100 mil? I don't even know if Lil Pump even asked the label to give him any advance. He's crazy. After he's finessed the labels twice for like 10 mil and then 8 mil. Firstly, because he signed under 18, and then he's like, yo, it wasn't enforceable. And then he got all his masters back. Then like, I think the label dropped him, or there was another loophole or something. Youngboy. It could be Youngboy. But Youngboy gets streams. Youngboy is like one of the hottest rappers in the game right now. So like, I don't think so. Lil Baby's been doing numbers as well. I feel like, you know, I don't know if any of these rappers necessarily are justified to get 100 mil, depending on how many albums it is or how long it is, like how many years that they're locked into the contract. Yeah, you can get 100 mil, but you'd be in a slave contract at this point because it's like a fucking huge ass loan. Would y'all buy $100 million crib? No matter how rich you are. Ice JJ Fish, Youngboy, Tekka, no. I don't think Tekka would ask for that. Roddy, yo, it could be Roddy. Roddy might be pissed that he's not getting like the mainstream push like he is normally, and especially after fucking the box, he's probably cocky. He's like, yo, I should be getting like huge ass numbers because that was #1 for how long? I think he even broke a record before Lil Nas X, or maybe, well, I don't remember which came first. But then his recent album, Live Fast, I think, I don't know what it's called, but it didn't do too well. Shit only got like what, 60K or some shit like that, maybe even less. And it was kind of like made. Live Life Fast is what it's called. So yeah, I think Roddy Ricch is a good example, or could fit the category. YG, no. YG could not ask for 100 mil. Chance the Rapper could be, but he's like independent, so I don't think he'd be talking to a label like that or let the story get out. I was thinking also Kanye, but Kanye does numbers. He sold like 300K with Donda, because Kanye was having a little issues with the label. That's why he sold the STEM players, because he wanted to get more percentage of his songs. And that's how you can get out of giving the label any money, because he's not technically selling the music. He's selling the STEM players, which is not in the contract for the label. So I think it's Roddy or Uzi. What do y'all think? I think it's more so Roddy, because Roddy, well, actually, Uzi also just renegotiated a recording agreement. He recorded, he made a whole ordeal before Eternal Take. He almost retired. Then right before Eternal Take, he said that he signed to Rock Nation, which is Jay-Z's management company, and renegotiated a deal. So we got more information there that fits the info. SSG Kobe would not ask for 100 mil. No, he'd be crazy if he asked for that. And no hate towards him, but like, nah. It says released songs. I doubt it's Uzi. That's what I was thinking. Lil Vert, like, he only dropped Demon High, so Demon High would not be in not so gigantic streaming songs, whereas Roddy dropped a whole album and it was mid as fuck and it flopped objectively. or at least, you know, compared to his previous album. So I don't know. Polo G streams well. It could, I mean, it's not gonna be Famous Dex. It's not. I think it's Roddy. Might be A Boogie. I don't even know how A Boogie would do that though. He hasn't had a hit like Roddy Ricch. Roddy Ricch had the bucks, so that's why he probably has the confidence to ask for 100 mil. Do you know how much 100 mil is? That's 1/10 of $1 billion. You gotta have a lot of leverage to even have the balls to go up to the table and be like, yo, I want 100 mil. Take it or leave it. Drop the mic. Travis, shit. I think it's okay. So he dropped Escape Plan and Mafia, so you know that fits the criteria right there. However, I think they did well. All of Travis Scott's singles do well. I mean, come on. But he is also an artist that I feel like could and would ask for 100 million. Let's see how many streams. Mafia got 55 mil, 56 mil. Escape Plan got 81 mil. I think they're still doing well. The only reason that they're not doing well, if they are doing terribly, is because of the whole Astrofest tragedy. So it's not like he can promote it without people hating, or like people might think that he's exploiting the whole situation. But I don't think it's Travis.